Welcome back to Tactics Talk with Guido. We have K2 back again in its Strv 74, a tier 6 Swedish medium tank, and he is bottom tier on the map called Ensk, and he has spawned in the south. And he has a nifty little game in a bottom tier medium, and this is something that a lot of people struggle with. What do I do in a bottom tier medium in a city, especially at tier 6, which really struggles mightily against the higher tiers? Overall, tier 6 is really getting hammered by the new matchmaker, as is tier 8 out there. And K2 actually is going to show you some great things you can do with a medium in a city map. So the first thing he does that I appreciate is he goes to the main fight. The main fight is over here in the west, fighting in these buildings, in and amongst these buildings. And you may say, well, that's no place for a medium. A medium should go out to the field. Well, I disagree. I think your tank, whatever it is, should go to where the important fight is. Now, there are some situations where you might not want to do that. Maybe a scout should go take a look out there into the field. If you were in a platoon of mediums at tier 6, you might go out there in force and see if you couldn't push the flank hard. The problem is that if you go out in the field solo like this bottom tier medium, you're going to be very, very careful, which is a good idea, but you're also going to be more than likely very, very ineffective. So you'll see that he misses the T20 or hit him and bounce. Now that was lucky. He sort of just pushes on in there, but that's okay. T20 fired, he's going to pop around and hit that guy, and that's just timing. He thought the T20 was coming, but he wasn't. The T20 is a little bit worried about this KV-85 and maybe the M4A3E2, which they destroy. They both fire. He's just trying to bait a shot right there. And you can see that he's up here supporting the guys that are fighting in the city. And the 112 just YOLOs out there, which gives K2 an opportunity. He's going to come out, he's going to hit that T20, he takes a shot from the T20, and the T20 is fired, and it has a relatively long reload on the 90mm that it carries, so he's able to get another shot in it. But the 112 just dies a horrible death. The T20 isn't really paying attention, and down he goes. Now, this is not a great situation right now, really. The Tiger P is in here. You just lost the 112. You're getting pushed on your cat back there, and you're starting to lose tanks. It's 4-2. Things aren't looking really great right now. So K2 is going to be careful. He's going to stop poking, kind of pay attention to what's going on. What's that KV-3 doing? Somebody shot there, hard to tell. And the KV-3 is near dead. He fired and pops around and takes him down. So that evens things up a little bit. We got a Stu-100 down there. Got another tank, the IKV, and here comes the Bulldog. Now watch what K2 does right here. He takes a hit from HE, gives an opportunity to fire at him, and then watch him what he does here. The guy's firing HE, right? He hides behind this truck. HE is eaten by things like that on the battlefield. So an AP round would have gone through it, but that guy's shooting HE. So fantastic decision on K2's part to pull in there. Takes a shot on the run. I agree with that 100%. And now look what he's doing. The city is not exactly secured, but that Tiger P is a pretty good tank versus what's left. He's definitely got a problem back on his cap, so he's going to take his relatively mobile tier 6 bottom tier medium tank and head over here towards the cap and help them secure it. The KV-85 and some other guys have done a good job bashing the guys that come in there. I would have shot that building down, but he comes around and it gets knocked down anyway. Shoots the 3601. 3601 is paying attention. He firing into where the tracks are, getting damaged. Now it's looking at him, so he fires and backs behind the building. He's got a pretty fast reload, so does that guy, so he'll pull back. And now he's going to side scrape. Just going to minimize the exposure. He does take a hit, but at least he's put an angle on there. And down he goes. You never know, you might get that bounce, rather than just poke out front armor first. And the artillery is now paying attention to K2 because he is wrecking face. And now it looks like things are in hand. Maybe the only mistake he makes is he's heading towards this Scorp. One thing I will say is K2 camera work is important. I think in this portion I probably would have been doing more of a free camera. Looking that there's a Tiger P and a T-71 all over that Scorpion, more than likely the hit points are out there with the KV-85, and that's what's going to end up happening. He's going to figure that out pretty quickly. He sees that the KV-85 is lit and he's 100%, so he immediately turns around. I probably would have headed that way to begin with. But off he goes. S-71 is spotted and will die quickly. And then we'll watch how he handles this KV-85. He's actually on pretty good hit points. He takes a thump from the Su-100Y, but ends up killing him. And this guy's a little bit clueless, but watch how he handles this guy. Comes around. It's a shot right there. He's actually aiming at that back sprocket, and unfortunately doesn't track him, but that's a good job. He's going to use this little bit of cover right here in this tank, which is going to make things a little difficult for the guy to shoot at him. He's going to come around, shoot at him. Guy's trying to turn around, goes right for that sprocket. Nicely done. And he's going to put one more shot. This is a bit of a ballsy move, and he ends up killing him right there. So fantastic job by K2. Ends up being ace mastery, 2,319. One thing I will note about that last shot into the guy's sprocket, that was a nice job because he was turning his hull and his turret at the same time to get his gun online. Once you track him, the hull is no longer adding that degrees of turn, and it takes much longer. You can see that the rate that the turret or the gun was coming online slowed down by a considerable amount when he was able to track him. Make sure when you're fighting, when you're playing a medium like this, or even a light, in these kind of situations, look for those tracking shots. If you can get the tracking and the damage, that's even better. But nice job, man. 4 kills, low tier, tier 6, the Strv 74. Not a tank that everyone runs around loving very much, but he did a nice job with it. Good job, man. I hope you liked what you saw. If you did, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out my Twitch channel as well. There's recordings there of my epic quest to finish the triathlon tank marathon. And as always, we will see you.